Hey, it's your boys. A woman in South Carolina was arrested after pouring water on her 9-month-old baby. Caitlin Hardy, the woman charged with cruelty to children, claimed that she poured water on her daughter as payback because the baby was keeping her up at night. We were actually able to obtain video evidence of this unspeakable act. Let's take a look.
I didn't get no sleep because of y'all. Y'all not gonna get no sleep because of me.
A Vine? Where do you get your jokes from? 2015?
Where do you get your comebacks? Comebacks for dummies?
Ouch. Speaking of dummies, Donald Trump Jr. is in the news after he tweeted a slam directed at Saturday Night Live, referring to the show as S and L with an ampersand instead of an N. Rumor has it the story was broken by C and N.
Really? I thought it was MSNBC.
You can't just follow up my joke with another punchline.
I can if it's better. Former New Jersey governor and Trump kiss-ass Chris Christie released a new memoir last Tuesday, recounting his time working for the Trump team. The book is called Let Me Finish. Supposedly, the title came to him while being escorted out of his local Golden Corral.
Really? I heard that book was originally called Are You Gonna Finish That?
That was supposed to be my joke.
Well, what if mine's better?
It was my joke.
Sofia?
Fine. I'll let you take the next political joke, okay?
Thank you. For our next political joke, former Starbucks CEO Howard Schultz announced that he is considering trading in his typical coffee run to run for president in 2020 as an independent. Word has it his running mate is Tim Hortons.
I don't know. I actually think this could be a good thing to have Schultz running, as an independent, to show that he's an independent person who can do things by himself, like host a show without a co-host.
You mad or something, bro?
Sofia, you're not getting any closer to getting your desk packed with cracks like that.
Okay, I'll behave. Anyways, the world's first reusable tampon applicator was created by the company Dame to reduce global plastic waste. I gotta say, this is my favorite story of the month. Period.
Well, I'm glad you have good news because National Security Advisor John Bolton told the press last Friday that the president would be pulling out of the 30-year INF treaty, or as the Trumps called it, INF.
Hey, buddy, that was actually a good one.
Oh, thanks, Sophia.
No problem. In other international relations news, Donald Trump took a huge step in foreign policy when meeting with Kurdish leader Ilham Ahmed, telling the politician, "I love Kurds."
Wow, really? That's huge news. I'm so glad to see Donald Trump actually taking a stand on something. For too long, the United States has just been turning a blind eye to the Kurdish people. It's good to see an American leader actually...
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I didn't read the full statement. The full statement was, "I love Wisconsin fried cheese curds."
Wow. Trump really has no idea what he's talking about. Speaking of someone who has no idea what they're talking about, the South Carolina Attorney General held a press conference recently where he hysterically attacked a bipartisan bill that would legalize medical marijuana while flanked by men in lab coats. His scientific points included that no one would get cheeched or chonged on medicine, and that there would be a significant increase in pot overdose deaths, which is physically impossible.
I don't know, Julian. Those lab coats are pretty convincing. After all, a guy in a lab coat told me you had 4 nipples.
You have 4 nipples.
Moving further south, police in Florida arrested a man for possessing 92 grams of alleged heroin that was later discovered to be detergent. But turns out the man was clean the whole time.
Meanwhile, in Russia, the Ministry of Justice is proposing a change to ease the punishment for charges of corruption, since sometimes corruption can, and I quote, be unavoidable. Of course it's unavoidable, because in Russia, there isn't corruption in your government, there's government in your corruption.
A burglary in Imperial Beach, California is under investigation after a thief ran off with a man's sleep apnea mask, leaving behind his t-shirt and a pot leaf hat. I guess this man must have mistook the medical device to be a smoking apparatus.
The Grand Rapids, Michigan Police Unit issued a public announcement last Wednesday morning amidst the polar vortex, placing a ban on crime due to the danger it could create by being outside in negative 40-degree weather. In the announcement, the Grand Rapids Police advised all criminals, if they must commit a crime, to remember to dress warmly, wear layers, and try not to expose any skin.
On the topic of the polar vortex, we had some record-breaking cold in Michigan this past week. For the past couple of decades, the world's weather patterns seem to become ever more extreme. However, there seems to be a partisan division over the effect of climate change during the winter months. So, in the hopes of achieving journalistic efficacy, we're not only trying out our first local weatherman, Bobby Boberson, but we're bringing in the resident meteorologist from Tower Time as well. So guys, what's going on out there?